Good morning, children. We are going to start in the next 5 minutes. Those persons who've not received their uniforms as yet, I'm asking if you could come to this. Parents, there are some seats up front. If you can fill all of this. The coaches, parents, players, volunteers, and well-wishers present. I particularly extend warm greetings to our new Goals family. I also wish to recognize those persons tuned in to our social media pages from across the diaspora. I neglected to share this, but we do have an online link. You can share it if you wish via our social media pages. It is truly befitting that we're gathered here in this forum, charting the course for the year ahead. Goals Academy over the years has gone through various transformations as we continue to grow from strength to strength. Notably, however, post-pandemic, we have yet to achieve our fullest potential. Henceforth, we intend to be strategic and intentional with your support. Of course, our holistic approach to the overall development of our children remains at the core of our program. In addition to our advanced on-the-field technical training, we have revamped and bolstered our off-the-field activities that specifically target soft skills learning and the strengthening of family bonds. We believe that these two important elements will contribute to the very fiber of our society that keeps morality in check. Goals Academy understands its role as a community partner, and through the establishment of corporate partnerships, we intend to solidify our focus as community leaders and believe that the Academy will be suitably positioned to carry out its civic duty. To this end, I want to welcome all of you to the Goals Academy year 2023-2024. As we look to the future, though, it is important for us to reflect on how far we've come. The idea of Goals Academy was born out of a daughter's love for her father, a man who had dedicated all of his life to the sport of football as a player and as a coach. The establishment of Goals Academy was inevitable, but had been expedited owing to the fact that my father had been caught in a transition phase of ending his Premier League coaching career, yet knowing deep down that he still had so much to give to this sport that flowed through his veins. Eager to put a smile on my dad's face and return some semblance of happiness to his life, I knew football was the answer. And so, the blueprint of Goals Academy was created and presented as a total surprise to my very unsuspecting father. The excitement was evident, but the doubtful questions came. How are we going to do this? How will people know about us? How will we get equipment? Tivana, we don't have money to do this the way I want to do it. Admittedly, at that time, neither of us knew how the vision would be achieved. But with no fear, I confidently said, I'll figure it out. With the keen and strategic support of my mother, she came up with the idea of a summer camp. And so, the wheels churned and everything was set in motion. Of course, the universe always aligns, and my father's very close friend, also a great footballer, returned to the island and was sold on the idea. Together, they supported each other on the field while I handled the off-the-field business. And so, in the summer of 2015, Goals Academy successfully launched its program in grand style with the very first of its kind in the Federation, an all-inclusive youth football camp. The children loved it, and so did the parents. We then knew that we were on to something special. Let me just ask, though, is anybody in this room who came to our very first summer camp? No? Yes, I see a hand. I'm sure there are people here, but that was in 2015. And so in January 2016, our Saturday sessions officially launched, and we have been going ever since. Our numbers in the first month grew exponentially from less than 20 to more than 50, and today we are over 120 strong. With the commitment of our coaches who are with us today and those who would have served in the past, the Academy has evolved into the largest, most vibrant, and consistent academy in the Federation. Not just St. Kitts, but the Federation. We know from where we came, and what lies in the future is much more than any of us can imagine. And so, I just really wanted to share this bit of history with you because oftentimes we see the successes of programs, of people's lives, not really knowing the struggles that we went through. I mean, Goals Academy, I could recall, we were just down on the field, heading about 20 balls every morning with about 10 to 12 children. We used to have hot baked sandwiches, melted cheese sandwiches, and we were able to do that because we were very small at the time. Obviously now we've transitioned, we're bigger, we can't really do that, but hopefully with our support, I believe that we can get back to that point where we could offer some of the things that we started offering on a smaller scale. And so I would like to now introduce our coaching staff. But before we do so, we take this time, Dominion and Alexis, please. Okay. So before we do so, we take this time to acknowledge the recent passing of Coach Lister, who had been with us from the inception. Lister was instrumental in providing that foundation that we so confidently stand. Oh, sorry. Here I am. I wrote this program, and I'm like, the program is coming to its end, and it shouldn't be. Forgive me. I have a PowerPoint presentation for you. Oh, sorry. Let's go back so he can get the true recognition that he deserves at the time. To the PowerPoint, please. Right. So allow me to just look at the thing. We'll go to the next slide. So Goals Academy is comprised of 4 groups: Cubs, Pumas, Tigers, and Lions. For those of you who are new, the Cubs are our littlest ones, which are about 5 to 6-year-olds. Sometimes they straddle groups based on their skill levels, so forgive me if your child may be in a group that doesn't correspond to his age. Pumas are our 7 and 8-year-olds. Tigers are our 9-year-olds up to about 12, and then our Lions are the teenagers. Let's go. Some of our policy and procedures. Sessions begin promptly at 9 a.m. for the Cubs and the Pumas. 9 a.m. Parents, this year we are making a concerted effort to instill discipline in our children, and they must understand the importance of being early. And so we will be on the field at 9 o'clock. And at 10:30 for the older group, which is the Tigers and the Lions. So make sure that they come prepared, because repeat lateness will result in an initial discussion with you, the parents, because let me tell you all now, when the children come late, they say it's the parents' fault. It's never them, it's the parents' fault. And if this is a continued reoccurrence, we will have to take further action. We don't want to do that, but we want to really maintain a standard at the academy. Of course, there are instances where you will be late, but at least you just notify us so that we can be prepared and the coach can expect your child once the session has started. Pickup times and arrangements. It is important. I will tell you now that I pretty much know all of the parents in the room. And so if it is that you're going to have someone else pick up your child, you need to let us know. I don't want your child running off with someone else and then you're calling me wondering, where did my child go, who my child is with, and I can't answer that question. Also for the children here, when you're leaving, it is important that you notify us as well. Over the past few months, years, the pickup has been a little bit not smooth, and honestly, there have been times when parents call me and say, my child is not home as yet, and next thing you know, the child went home with another friend, all these sorts of things, and my hat can't take it. I'm a mommy myself, so, right. And so the cubs and pumas are to be picked up no later than 11 o'clock. Now, we are giving a grace period for the children to socialize a bit. Their session ends at 10:30. We will give them a snack. Maybe take them up to 10:45, so they have about a 15-minute period to socialize and chat and catch up with their friends who may be at different schools or, who they just love. So please note that parents, for the tigers, they should be picked up no later than 12 o'clock. Now, our parents' handbook, and I'm going to share that, it says that there is no guaranteed supervision 15 minutes after these times. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm never going to leave your child unattended. The coaches will never do that. But we don't want people abusing our efforts to supervise your children. At least call us or say something, okay? I live really close to the field. I don't even mind if your child has to come to my house instead of being at the field in the hot sun. It's very sticky for all of us, okay? Let's go to the next slide. On the field, parents, you are not allowed to be on the field at all. Right, parents, we believe that we are capable enough to handle all of the on-the-field matters. Okay? Yeah, Karina. When we get to the the tournament section, I will tell you what's going to happen next year, to prevent all these mommies running onto the field doing their celebrations. But I say this specifically because it's football, it's a contact sport. I know you're up in the stadium, you're watching, probably concerned that your child might get a little bit of rough play. But truth be told is we will deal with it. There are eyes all over. The children can tell you, I see everything. I see. I don't care if 4 groups are on the field, I see, and I will go down there and I will deal with it. But I don't want the emotions of a parent to come onto the field. Okay, so we want you to refrain from going onto the field. Off the field, parents, you are welcome to join us every Saturday. Show your children that support. Goals Academy wants to be that conduit for you and your child and your family to build a bond. So come, support your child, stay up in this stadium, shout their names, say yeah, 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 yeah. And when you go home, you too can engage in a conversation with your child, not just them telling you, oh, I did this, 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 this. You can say, I saw you did this. I saw you score a goal today. I saw you doing your skills and you did it extremely well. I mean, there is nothing better than the support of a parent. A child will always look to the support of a parent. There is one moment that I could remember during our tournament. The parent was visibly upset, and the child almost cried on the field. And that was telling for me, because the child is feeding off of the parent. And so if you're there to just fill your child with positivity, there is nothing greater than that. Okay? Next slide, please. Next one. Attire. Most of you would have gotten your spanking new uniforms. It's been a long time coming, but thank God we're here. We have our uniforms. We expect children to be properly attired at every session. And when I say properly attired, I mean in your full uniform, socks included, and shin guards. For those of the children who don't have shin guards, you will need to get shin guards. As I said previously, football is a contact sport. Your child could get a tackle, and the shin guards will protect them. Hello, little ones here in the front. When someone's speaking, what do you do? Sorry? Thank you. You listen. Okay? Great. For those who don't have the uniforms, of course, you just come in comfortable clothing. And let me say this now. I know some people swapped out for smaller sizes because the sizes were a little bit big. And so a separate order will be coming so that people could get additional uniforms if they wish, and those who feel like the uniforms are too big, you can swap out for a smaller one. So probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll have those. Your attitude. Your attitude. We expect children to come to the session with a positive attitude. And that starts with the parents. It starts at home. I believe we should all be our children's cheerleaders, even if we have to discipline them. One parent told me this morning that his child was sulky because he's been punished. But even if a child is punished, they must understand why they're being punished. Therefore, they're not upset about it. So have conversations with your child before they come to the field so that they have that positive attitude that the coaches need. Positive in terms of being receptive to the coaches. Positive in terms of being receptive to their teammates, because we don't want them to have excessive rough play on the field. So we expect parents to play a critical role in that. Rudeness, obscene language, fighting, and being disrespectful to the coaching staff or parents will not be allowed. Not at all. And I hope I don't ever, because all of the children are here, you're hearing me, not just your parents, I hope we don't ever have any incidents of this during this year. We've had it before, and rest assured, the children are not with us. There are some of them who learned a lesson and are allowed to stay with us, but it is a zero tolerance approach to this kind of behavior. If your child don't know how to behave, well, Goals Academy is not the place if they don't even know how to learn how to behave. They will get the opportunity to correct their behavior, but if it is persistent, I am telling you, they will not be allowed to disrupt our program. And I hope you guys could understand this. It's not coming from a place of hatred or anything. I love children, but I believe that parents need to play a critical role in helping to shape their children's behaviors. Okay? And so this will be a conversation with the parents regarding the child's behavior. And if it is that we just can't correct the behavior, then Goals Academy is not the place for them. Okay? Let's go to the next slide, please. Grievances. We encourage children because, though I told you I see everything, there are some cheeky shots that are placed and I may not see them. We encourage all children to tell us if anyone offends you, if anyone has done anything to you, please tell us, because we will address it. We will address it. Parents, you will be notified if there is a serious matter that we believe needs your attention. In emergencies, as we said earlier, football is a contact sport. Basic first aid will be administered to any child who is in need. And if it's a broken limb or anything that's significant, the ambulance will be called for the professionals to take care of them. Parents, you will be notified accordingly. Next slide, please. Health and safety. We've had instances where parents do not notify us that their child, let's say, is asthmatic. Next thing you know, the child on the field, gasping for breath. We don't want that. It is imperative that parents disclose all health issues related to their children so that we could be guided accordingly. We're not saying that if your child has a health issue that they won't be allowed to play. At least we'd be cognizant of what to look for, the signs. If they have a shortness of breath, at least we'll know to look for the signs. It is extremely hot. Parents, children have been coming to sessions without their water bottles. There will be significant water breaks, and therefore your children need to have a reusable water bottle. We provide water, and all you have to do is provide the bottle. We encourage the children to come with their bottle already filled. Okay? I spoke about the shin guards earlier. We will be checking for the shin guards. So pack your bags in the night. Friday night, you pack your bag. Make sure you have your shin guards and everything that you need, as well as sunscreen. No, I know a lot of us think we are brown skinned, we could take the sun, but that's not it. We can't just take the sun. The sun affects all of us, no matter what our skin color is. And so I encourage everybody to put sunscreen on their children. I usually used to bring sunscreen, but I didn't want anybody to say, well, putting sunscreen on their children for. But the truth is, they need sunscreen. So I'm encouraging everybody to put sunscreen on their children. Next, attendance and punctuality. Regular attendance is important. Our program is designed intensively and progressively. And what I mean by that is every week you build upon what you've learned the previous week. And so if you're consistently absent, your child will miss out on the foundational training that they need to move on to learning the next skill. So parents, you have to make a concerted effort to ensure that your children come to Goals Academy just as you would send them to school every day. Okay, I know Saturdays is a tough time to wake up. It's the first day we could just really sleep in, but they need the extracurricular activities as well. Right, and we were introducing perfect attendance prizes and people who are always early. There is one child here who is always early. If you know who you are, raise your hand. If you know who you are, raise your hand. And he's looking around, and he knows he. Kezion is here at the field at 8:30 every morning, without fail. Every morning, 8:30, there's not been a day that he's not been there. And he's so helpful. He helps the coaches set up and all of that. Okay? So I want, next year when we're giving out awards, I want to say, boy, what tell them anything about any perfect attendance prize, all these gifts I have to buy now? That's what I want to say. Okay? All right, tuition and fees. There is a one-time annual registration, which is $30. I'm sure all of you know this by now. We've moved to having our tuition done by the term, and I'm going to be very transparent here. Goals Academy is able to continue operating because of your support. Unfortunately, some people are not as diligent. I wouldn't say they are deliberate, but for whatever reason, and it really puts the academy in a bind, having to provide quality training, the same standards that we're accustomed to when persons don't lend their support. And so we believe that this might be a way to mitigate against that. Of course, there have been persons who have come to me personally and have explained their situation, and we're open to that. We're very open to that. It's just about communication for us, okay? Yeah, we'll move on to the next. Our off-the-field activities. These are just, this is just a synopsis, maybe a summary. There are more that will be added. And next time you walk behind the projector. So for the month of November, we are proposing a drive-in family movie. Well, November has been dubbed our Parents Month, and you will get this. This will be shared with you. Just as these FAQs have been shared with you over the last couple of days, we will share a proper calendar with you once the dates have been firmed up. So November has been dubbed our family month, and so we intend to have a drive-in family movie, our annual Parents' Day. So for all of you who've never come, and all of you who are new, please get your sneakers because you have to come one day and do everything that your child does on the field. I mean, this might be the only exercise some of us get. And what better way than to do it with your child? It's not going to be rigorous. You don't have to know how to play football or anything like that. You just have to come and, just be open-minded. We're proposing a walkathon. Some of you may remember that we did a hike to Sofa Stone some time ago. So we're proposing to include something like that. December, our last day of term 1 will be December 9th. And then the following week, we want to have a family fun day. We used to always have these family fun days where you pair up with your child as a team, etc., etc. And then we resume term 2 on January 6th. February is the love month, the love goals month. We want you to continue to love goals. We've not established what we'll do here yet, but we'll let you know in due course. In March, we want to have a Fish Fry Football Friday as a fundraiser for the Academy. It will be an exhibition game. We hope to get some celebrities and come in, play against the Academy, and have fish fry, of course. And we intend to reintroduce our Navy strip as well. In April, our usual Easter egg extravaganza where we have our egg hunt, kite flying, all of that good stuff will happen either the 10th or the 17th. In May, this is a new change. We recognize that the tournament had been interfering with exams and stuff. So we're starting the tournament in May of this year. Okay? That way it's done by the 10th of June. You get your medal distribution, and everybody could feel happy when they're going into the exam, especially the champions, and they could ace the exam and champion the exams too. And then we intend to have an invitational on the 22nd of June. And in case you're wondering, it doesn't interfere with Music Festival because Music Festival is the week after. And we don't have anything going on because everybody in here are going to go to Music Fest next year, right? And support the thing. No? Why? Oh, okay. Right. And so our SAR Awards is July 1st. Parents, you've heard it here first. July 1st. It's going to be different. It's not going to be the long thing where we're giving out the medals because the medals will be distributed immediately after the tournament. It will be for specialty awards. Okay? Next slide, please. All right, so some special mentions. This is the end of my presentation. Our Golden Boots program. Some of you will know that we have a program where you bring in your boots, your children's boots, because we know they're young, but they grow fast, so they usually don't wear the boots for a long period of time. So if you bring in the boots, if everybody were to do that and swap out, then we could just go back and forth, because they wear it for a couple of months, and then they can't fit them again. Chances are we have a bigger size that could fit them, and you don't have to spend money every month, every couple of months to get a new pair of shoes for your children. The Goals Academy Parents Committee, thank you to all of you who have registered to be part of the committee. A general message will go out to you, and for anybody else who didn't realize that you can join the committee, there is still time. For the off-the-field activities, we really need the support of the parents to help us to organize the off-the-field activities so that they could be properly executed. So that would be the main objective of the GAPC. Okay? It sounds fancy to me. I'm part of the GAPC. Right. WhatsApp group chats. This is the first time we're having a WhatsApp group chat. I don't know if you all recognize Usually, it's broadcast lists. However, I realize that sometimes people don't save the number, and if you don't have the number saved, then you don't get the messages. And I was really trying to avoid all of that. However, I want to warn everybody that I don't believe in lots of messages in chat. I want to send out what is pertinent. If you need to respond to me specifically about anything, you can do so privately, so that you don't have to bother everybody, but at least in the group chat, I'm able to see that people received the messages first of all, that they viewed it. And so it's an ease of communication, really. And so at the end of today, coaches will be added to the group chats as well, the specific coaches, just in case you need to ask general questions regarding training or anything of that sort. But if it is anything private with your child, please send us a private message, okay? And all of the good morning forwards and all, done with it. Don't fill up my phone, don't fill up the other people's phones who don't appreciate it. I mean, I know it's well-intentioned, but please, it's not everybody's phone will have all this storage and it slows it up. We really don't want that, okay? So I hope everybody could understand and respect that, please. So the Academy is going through a phase of rebranding. Rebranding in the sense that we intend to be more visible on Facebook. Now, one of the initial plans of the Academy was to ensure that we could promote the skills and the talents within our Academy. Personally, I believe, and I know that St. Kitts has major talent when it comes to football, but it's just that we don't have the exposure, we don't have the world stage to put our people on. And so, in collaboration with Pro Video Productions, let's give them a round of applause here. They're streaming our thing live. They are assisting with the rebranding of our Academy. This will mean that on some days, they will come in with their videos, to take videos of what's happening, and to really package it in a way for our Academy to be top, like international. That's what I want. I want us to be international. We are seeking scouts to come in and see our people. I mean, our in-house tournament is probably just as exciting as the Premier League. No shade or anything, but it is really exciting. The talent that is on display is just impeccable, and I believe that we must create that environment for our children to be exposed, and that's what we intend to do. And so we will record, we will share just small snippets of our children as they perform at the Academy. Sponsorship. Currently, the Academy is not sponsored. We are seeking sponsorship, and we believe that with the rebranding of the Academy, business places and other corporate partners would see us and want to be part of our program as well. So this is all the intention that we're trying to achieve with the rebranding of the Academy. So I think that's about it for the special mentions. Okay, right. So we go back to the introduction of our coaches. And before we do it, we have to take time to acknowledge the recent passing of Coach Lister, who had been with us from the inception. Lister was instrumental in providing that foundation that we so confidently stand on today. He has left an indelible mark on the Academy, and we will miss his presence, his diligence, and his strictness. He was a soldier, and he depicted that in everything he did. We also know that the little ones in particular and their parents will miss him terribly. Lister's legacy will continue to live through and through the Academy because we vow to never forget him. So allow me to introduce our honorary coach, Lionel Lister Hewlett. and we've done this thing in memory of Coach Lister, so he will always be there. For those of us who don't know, he suddenly passed away this past summer doing what he loved best on the football field. And it's been just unimaginable, to be quite honest. And we vowed to ensure that his legacy continues because Goals Academy resided in his heart. And so let's just take a moment of silence for Coach Lister. Thank you. Thank you to Dominion and Alexis. I had always standing up forever. Forgive me, my brain is all over. You can go back. We now move into the introduction of the coaches that are with us now. And allow me to introduce our lead coach and technical director, Coach Vinci. Come forward. Coach Vinci, while responsible for the overall technical training program of the Academy, is also specifically assigned to the Pumas and Tigers group. So parents of the Pumas and Tigers, this is Coach Vinci. Introducing Coach Congo, head coach of the two-peat champions who start their bid today for a three-peat, head coach of the St. Paul's United Club. So we got big deal coaches in the house. Congo is responsible for our on-the-field setup. He's our new setup manager, replacing our dear Coach Lister, and is specifically assigned to the Cubs and the Lions group. So all the Cubs, all the Lions, this is your coach. As we continue, let us introduce, welcome, Coach Akil Manaras Byron. He is responsible for the Pumas and the Tigers. Coach Manaras brings the energy, he brings the intensity, and he brings the passion. So the children all love him, except when they lose, because they got to do what? Squat down, all kind of things. And when they misbehave, he make them hug up each other for the rest of the tour, the rest of the session. And I love that. Introducing Coach Sanchez, a FIFA certified referee. Sanchez brings with him to the academy a wealth of knowledge, responsible for the Cubs and Tigers group. Did y'all hear what I said? He is FIFA certified. So when your children come here, they're being taught from the people who know it. Okay? Introducing Shaquille M.B. Barzi. A recent university graduate, Shaquille brings his expert fitness to the academy, and he's responsible for the Pumas and Tigers. Listen, this is a coach that runs to the field from St. Peter's and still gets on the field to train the children. Hello? You want to tell me you can't get a bus? You can't get a ride? He either run down to the field or ride a bike. I mean, that's why he looks so slim, trim, and intact. And it is now my pleasure to introduce our newest coach, Wayne Zeggy Phillip, hailing from Dominica, all my DA posse in here, but coming directly to us from the BVI. Wayne is an all-arounder who is passionate about youth football, and Coach Zeggy will be responsible for Pumas and Tigers. Lastly, but certainly not least, I would like to introduce our newest junior coaching assistants, Dominion and Alexis Woodley. These are two exceptional young men who have been with the academy for many years. They have the right attitude, on and off the field, and we believe that this is a perfect opportunity to harness the talents with which they possess. Let's welcome all of our coaches. This is a stellar lineup. Parents, I've given you a little bit of a background as to who is coaching your children, so have no fear. You have some of the best in the land. I don't even know, almost all of them, probably all of the mature ones, played for top Premier League teams, national teams. I mean, hello, who wouldn't want to be coached by these people? But I didn't mention one person, and that is my father, Clinton Tinney Percival. He is not here with us, but he's here with us in spirit. I hope he's online watching, but my dad still supports the academy from afar. He calls, mind you, when he called, he can't hush, but he really is passionate about the academy. It's his baby, and I know it's killing him that he can't be here to be part of this program this morning. Yesterday, I was able to surprise him, and he got his package delivered by Liat. Lord, we just abuse Liat, but Liat delivered the package in like a half an hour. So he's here, and my dad still, though he's currently located in the BVI, he still really gives his support where he can. So this is our coaching team. And if you have any questions about on-the-field stuff, these are the people who you ask questions to. What I will do now, though, I will let each one of them, they don't want to talk, right? I will let each one of them just give you one sentence. Whatever they want to say to you, they just give one sentence, maybe about what they expect of you, expect of the children, whatever it is. So I'll turn it over now to Coach Vince. He watching me.
Good morning, everybody. Before I start, I would just like everybody to give a round of applause to Tivana for putting this together and also for keeping the coaches in check. Because without her, we would just say, hey, come down on the field, let's go. But she insists that things supposed to do a certain way, and I would like to just say thank you to her for all of that, all right? I just would like to say to the parents, thank you for your support. Thank you for the support through the years. I think Savannah said it all because she asked us what all we expected from the parents and the children. So whatever she said times 10, basically. All right?
Saving his strength for tonight, he said. He got, it's war. Listen, all of you, Lord, I see a village fan in here. I nearly said something. I hush. I take it back. Oh, Lord, more them in here. But they say it's war. But you know what, parents? It would be very good if we could take the children out to the football match later so that they can see. Ziggy?
Good day, everyone. My name is Wayne Phillip from Dominica. Worked in the BVI for some years. I'm now here in St. Kitts to help the children develop the talent and also I'm happy to be part of the Goals Football Academy.
You can't get him to talk off the field. And it's something that we just have to accept. But let me tell you all something. When I'm home at my house, which I told you all earlier is close to the field, the wind blows and his voice is what I could hear. Distinctly, I could hear his voice, but he's still shy. Okay, so I'll give him a break today.
Good morning, everyone. Just want to say I'm excited for this year, and I know the children are.
Good morning, everyone. Just want to say I'm thankful for being here next season with the kids, and hopefully we'll have an enjoyable and fun season.
Good morning, everyone. Well, Tivana put me on the spot. Didn't expect to say anything today. But I'd like to say thank you to Tivana for this opportunity to be assistant coach. And yeah, thanks.
Morning all, my name is Alexis Woodley. I just want to also thank Tivano for picking me to be an assistant coach, and I'm really happy to be a part of this coaching staff, and I wish many more years for me.
Awesome. Thank you. Just for the record, I didn't choose them. The coaches did. So, parents, at this time, we are done with our little presentation. If you have any questions at all, now is the time. We'd love for you to ask me any questions. I don't think I've said everything. I'm sure there is some question in your mind that you'd love to ask. If not, then we will go straight into the next part of this. Questions? Concerns? Recommendations? We're good? Okay, so before everybody moves, please, before everybody moves, this morning was already chaotic. We are going to do this a little bit more orderly. Parents, you've been added to the group chats, so you should know what group your child is in, for now at least, okay? I'm going to ask all of the Cubs parents present to stand up, locate your child, and come to this first photo station. Quietly, we can do that, and I'll allow all Cubs parents to stand up. Come here, stand in a line, a little ways back.